scrolling, scrolling, and scrolling. On and on it goes. These are some images of logos you might recognize: Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, and much more. Asia Mayrock was a student in the 3rd grade who was constantly being bullied over technology, and that didn't stop for many years. The time came when she was a freshman in high school, and the bullying was worse than ever, even when she had moved. At this time in Asia's life, a girl from her hometown started mocking her, and one year she dressed up as Asia for Halloween and posted embarrassing pictures on her social media account. In a matter of minutes, a handful of hundreds, then thousands of hateful comments were sent towards Asia. Asia Mayrock said, "I felt like the most hated person on the planet." The use of social media by teens is widespread and it's almost necessary in modern day communication. However, there are dangers and risks associated with its use. In these next few minutes, I will be breaking down the pros and cons of social media, how it affects our lives, and how we cope with the negative effects. First, what does social media include? It includes face-to-face communication and highlights of vacations or just everyday life. How does social media work? Social media shares pictures and videos of people's lives, for example, Instagram and Facebook. It also includes sending back and forth messages in the form of a picture, such as Snapchat. It includes giving your opinion on things like Twitter and posting about your life in the form of a picture or video, like Instagram. Elise Moreau, a digital marketer, web content writer, and a copywriter, states one pro of social media is that some social media allows for face-to-face contact between friends. Another social media pro is that it helps people, especially teenagers, in my opinion, become more informed about important news that's going on in their community, country, or even their state, says Kelly Austin, a reporter. Lastly, social media is a great creative outlet, says the grammar school at Trinity University. Social media includes creative and fun ideas that encourage people to exercise their creative minds and express themselves. The first and most popular negative effect of social media is cyberbullying. Trinity University also states that almost 20% of teens ages 14 to 19 are cyberbullying. Next, because social media is used so much, it has the ability to become addictive. It's a known fact. In fact, one of the teens interviewed in Netflix's latest documentary, Social Animals, states that social media is almost like a job. Lastly, but certainly not least, social media has now been known to be the cause of increased feelings of depression and low self-esteem. For example, when teens are exposed to pictures of swimsuit models or really fit people, it can cause them to feel like they have to live up to certain standards, and if they feel like they aren't living up to those expectations, there's a very good chance that that could cause depression. Data is inconclusive as to whether social media is entirely good or bad. For example, even though social media is linked to depression, according to the Washington Post, 25% say that social media makes them feel less lonely. Another 18% say that it makes them feel better about themselves, and another 16% say it makes them feel less depressed. Given the positives and negatives that I have discussed today, it's apparent that social media is not good or bad, whether it has advantages or disadvantages. Being aware of the disadvantages and knowing how to monitor use of social media perhaps can tell teens guard against the negatives. An important way parents can help their kids avoid negative effects of social media is to encourage them to be aware of their feelings after using Snapchat, Instagram, etc. If a certain post, group chat, or friend is bugging them and they're able to realize it, they can block that person or remove their minds from what others say to them. Many teens don't realize how vulnerable they actually are because of social media. Another way parents can help is to encourage their kid to minimize anything that provokes a negative reaction. Another important way parents can help is teaching their kids how to be safe on social media. Help them learn to use privacy settings to avoid online predators. Also, teach them appropriate conversation on social media and teach them how to seek support when they feel threatened. Parents need to have conversations about how their kids are using social media and encourage only positive interactions with others online. By breaking down the positive and negative effects of social media, we can understand that social media isn't inherently good or bad, it's all in the way it's used. Social media has good qualities, but it also has dangers that are worth being aware of. In the course of this 6-minute speech, we've covered some of the many positive and negative effects that social media has on our lives. Thank you.